Sharif Randnegar, who is the organizer of the Rainbow Lit Fest, has joined us at the New Indian to discuss about the jurisdiction and the judicial proceedings of today's same-sex marriage hearing. So, sir, actually, I wanted to ask, what do you expect out of this hearing?
Well, actually, let me put it this way. I expected a lot uh, listening to all the petitions, the response from the bench, particularly the Chief Justice. But so far, one is quite confused and also disappointed because it seems that, it seems like. 1 second, sorry, there was a call. Huh? No, it seems like there are a lot of things they're recognizing. So they're very nice sound bites about our dignity, our life, and fundamentally how we should be treated. But everything seems to be fundamentally against the rights that they should be giving us. So I'm the lovely things they've talked about adoption, they've talked about cohabitation, health, care, choice, all of that they said, but they've left everything to a government committee. Now, nothing so far suggests to us that there is a timeline. This is like I will live till I die. So I don't know my death date, but I don't know also, what's, when that is going to happen, right? Now, I know it's an eventuality, but here perhaps I don't even know if it's an eventuality because we don't even know uh, when this committee should be, set up, how soon should it deliver, what's the combination of that committee, and what are the laws are they supposed to address, so that they provide us with all the beautiful things that the various judges have spoken about. So I think that's extremely disappointing and disturbing because we've seen in the past with various governments, so it's not specific to the current government, that committees can take forever to meet, then there is no quorum, then there's a disagreement, then there's a rejig of what the committee should look like. There are all kinds of things that happen, and that sort of makes you feel like I'm 55. I was 50 when finally 377 was read down. That's more than half a life. Uh, so I don't have rights that I can protect my partner, or my partner can protect me with me, and I'm left in the hands of a committee which I don't know when it's going to deliver. And with elections around the corner, we don't know. We are already into the month of midway through October. The elections are next year, early before the summers really peak. So the government or any committee will say that we'll have to disband the committee because we can't take certain decisions with elections around the corner and things like that. So I wish at least there are some timelines put to this and something that uh, gives solidity to the words that we've heard, particularly the positive words from the Chief Justice on our existence and dignity.
However, there was also this one point that they mentioned that mm, the fact that the LGBTQ community is not being afforded marriage rights, it's an obstruction of Article 15. That is something that they had said. However, I think Justice Kaul had said that marriage in itself is not a fundamental right. So, what do you think about that?
See, I think there's something fundamentally wrong with such terms for the simple reason when we talk equality in a constitution. I'm not even getting into the aspect of equity, but when we talk equality, then that's fundamentally available to everyone. It cannot be exclusive to someone, really, and it's not anyone who actually ideally should be giving that to us because it's there in the constitution. So, because a crime is a crime, a divorce is divorce, marital rape is rape, it is marital rape. So, we have to recognize that a lot of laws are treated for good or for bad equally across everyone, just as much as I equally pay tax as per the income I have. Right? I'll pay capital gains, I'll pay all the other taxes out there, whether I'm paying tax also on milk, you know. that I buy anyone. So I don't see why, if that is a fundamental right of a government system, that I can't have fundamental rights that are applicable to everyone else. So what makes me illegitimate not to have those rights? Not if something happens to me and I need to be looked after. My mother's 82 plus. I don't expect her to run to a hospital to look after me. I would want my partner to be with me or someone else. That choice should be mine, right?
Yeah, fact.
So it should not be left to some committee or someone else, really.
And there has also been a few deliberations regarding property rights as well. Now, the fact is that some people here are saying that if we give property rights to the LGBTQ community, couples in the LGBTQ community, then they will start getting married just for property. So, is
I
there?
think that's absurd, because let's face some truth. Okay, people may marry for property, for love, for intellectual property, not just real estate. People will marry for bank balances. People will marry for sustenance. People, we are living in a country where people marry based on caste. And we know the caste equations also lead to property, right, and access to a system. So let's not run away from those truths, that we are making choices that are out of love, and not choices out of property or some sort of skill set someone has or someone else doesn't have. We've met on certain grounds, and we want to be with that person, with or without the property they may have. But yes, if we adopt, if there are other things, if my partner has lived with me for a long time, created a home with me and made the home what it is, then they should have that right as much as I should have that right. If any one of us decide to, you know, divorce each other, or one of us leaves this, world before the other. So I think those are just incidental things that are important. So I think this is absurd. I think people who make such statements should just look at themselves first, on how they got married, what are those equations on which they based their marriage on. They're more discriminatory than we are.